Hey everyone, welcome to an old show revived for a special episode. My name's Ivan over there.
Julien, welcome to Overwatch Replay, the show where we take you through an Overwatch match and give you all the tips and tricks you need to know to become a better Overwatch player. Today, we have a very special episode because one of our viewers, CaptainVidia, has decided to take the step forward, be very brave, and send in one of his videos. He actually sent in two, but we're going to look at this one on Blizzard World today, where he plays Mercy. Very exciting. Very exciting. You can send in your footage into gaminghungover@gmail.com, but more on that later, probably at the end of the video. Let's get into the match.
Boom, here we go. And so we have CaptainVidia playing the Mercy. That is the main healer here.
And
because
only healer.
There's only one healer.
Yes.
So this is a team comp where we can go through. It's two off-tanks, so you've got Roadhog. No, it's not only healer because there's Lucio. But there's Roadhog, D.Va, Junkrat, Lucio, and then Tracer.
And
that
we should also note that
is there
this
a Tracer?
is...
Why is there a Tracer sound?
I don't know.
Because there's a Reaper right there. Hold on.
Okay.
Alright. Hey everyone, welcome to Overwatch Replay. Take two. We're actually getting the team comp right this time. As you can see, Junkrat, Reaper, D.Va, Roadhog, and Lucio.
We should also note that this is in bronze ranking.
There is a Tracer.
Yes.
Okay.
Fizzy Elf
Right, because
is the Tracer.
there's now only one tank.
Yeah.
So
Guess he
Roadhog switched to Tracer or Reaper?
So immediately, again, this is bronze, so everything is pure chaos. It doesn't matter what's happening. I don't know why we're doing that. I'm kidding. No, but immediately we have Reaper, and I believe that's Tracer, who's critical up in the top left. Off to the left, we've got D.Va just standing here pretty much shooting at someone for no reason, because D.Va doesn't do any damage pretty much past the archway here. She's not going to do any damage, and she's just eating up all this Junkrat damage, and we've got poor CaptainVidia here who has to make a decision. What's he supposed to do right now, Ivan?
Excellent question. Alt F4 is my best advice at this point.
I would just quit the game.
So yeah, I would go with the. Here's the thing, they've all got gold weapons. I still don't have a gold weapon on PC. Anyway, so there's the healing coming in. Tracer's about to ask for some healing as well. What needs to happen, and what is one of the biggest issues I find with players at gold to bronze, and that includes us, is that your tanks, whoever they are so scared to engage.
Yes.
They're unsure of the healing that's behind them or the support that they're getting from behind, that they're so unwilling to engage, which is why oftentimes at this SR, defense, especially on 2 CP points 2 CP points or a hybrid point like here on Blizzard World, is so much easier for the defense. But in any case, we're going to get some heals to some Tracer. Meanwhile, everybody's taking way unnecessary damage. Reaper's over on the left over there. And the main thing is that positioning-wise, this isn't super great. You see that we've got the Roadhog and the enemy team sending in damage, Junkrat, etc. If I was CaptainVidia, I'd pick a corner here. Stay out of line of sight. This is extremely important, especially at the lower rankings, is positioning. Making sure that you're doing everything you can to hide from damage and maximize your efficiency, which in this case, when you're playing Mercy, is stay in a corner. Your beam is actually a way longer distance than you think it is. Mechanically, it's huge.
If you think, just think about it. You can do the same job you're doing right now, but not take any damage whatsoever if you're over off into one of the sides, because no one will be launching any damage on there. And also, on the point of tanks not being very committal, they're having commitment issues, I agree with you. And I believe their problem is they think the DPS, they're waiting for the DPS to get a pick. Maybe. I'm throwing that out there in their defense. I don't agree with it. They have to move up, take the space, so the DPS can move in and get a pick in order to carry through. And of course, the tanks can do damage too. Come on. But yeah,
space is created by good tank play.
Yeah,
it's also the thing that gets least enjoyed and most overlooked. Good tank play will change the course of the game. Everybody expects the DPS to carry, and when a tank is like, I got gold damage, gold limbs, bro. It's like, okay, you're playing Winston. You literally touch everybody for 5 seconds and whatever. But yeah, being aggressive is good for tanks, especially when you can get some good support. But right now, see, you're taking damage. Although it's small, you're taking some damage. And now CaptainVidia does something that I still don't understand what happened here. So I think it's just map management, because he falls off, and now he's stuck in no man's land. He can't go to the Reaper, he can't fly up, and he's got no comms to tell anybody, come to the edge so I can fly up to you. So now he's basically useless. He comes in here, then decides to turn back around. Essentially, I'd say, if you make a decision, go for it. The Reaper is up there, you can always Guardian Angel out. Now you're so far behind, the team is lacking the solo healing that you provide.
They had the Lucio.
Oh, that's true. They had the Lucio, but I have no idea where the Lucio has been.
Yeah. Either way, you're right. You're distracted with my face. So either way, you're right. He was out of the game, not doing anything for about 10 seconds. That's the course of an entire battle right there. So I guess maybe not in bronze. I'm not entirely sure.
You've lost the Reaper at this point. You've lost the Junkrat probably in the next few seconds. So there's a lot going on that was missed because of that small amount of time in which you lost positioning. Now there's a Genji. There's a good move by the D.Va to move over, and I would probably not go for my res, although maybe since you're not being targeted, the Genji's going after that Lucio, you could probably get that res off at this SR. But again, I'm judging it on this SR and not sound game mechanics. If you can hide behind that box, I'm pretty sure you can get that res off.
In reality, don't go for that. I think don't go for that res at all, because you can't. The box is on the left. Is that what you're referring to, or the box on the point?
The box is here, right here.
And the Reaper died on the point. I'm pretty sure. Is that who you're talking about, resing?
No, resing this Junkrat right here.
Oh, okay.
You can get behind the box in the light post. There's nobody really affecting you. There might be a Genji coming in briefly, but I think you can res this Junkrat from right behind this box.
I think forming bad habits now is not a good idea. So,
but it's also about being aggressive in this SR, because the opponents aren't super good at hitting those things. So you know that is a positionally disadvantageous position. However, in this particular thing where they're not going to turn and face the resing Mercy, and you have the ability of the D.Va to lay on the defense matrix if you coordinate that, then you can probably get that res up. But I agree, it's a dangerous habit to get into. So now you've got...
Another problem we saw was that CaptainVidia never ends up using his ult, or he doesn't use his ult very often.
Right.
You can build it up very quickly with Mercy. It's pretty straightforward. You just have to heal. So, yeah, that's a good idea to use your ult proactively.
Yeah, this is about to be a team fight. So we've got a tank, 2 healers, and a tracer on the point. Junkrat and Reaper died, so they're rushing back on your team. You've got a semi-aggressive Roadhog and a Genji. You know that when a Genji is being this aggressive on the front lines, he's got his ult, or he's building to his ult very quickly.
Or it's bronze and he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. But most likely, he's got his ult.
So here, he's definitely pushing. While he's doing this defensive deflecting move, I'd be in the air. I'd engage, because you're seeing these rockets getting bounced back from the D.Va. This is one thing that I think, here's when you pop it, you win this fight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can use your ult right now and win this fight. And I would I mean, you've got 2 crit, you would have had them alive. So,
And you
at
wouldn't
least
have been so down yourself trying to get away. You would have had the elevation of Valkyrie to get up and maybe distract the Genji. Here's the other thing. I noticed that positionally a lot of the times, CaptainVidia wants to be a good teammate.
Yeah.
So
He's a healer.
whenever he hears the call out, need healing, he turns to face it immediately. Even if it means 5 people that are next to him, or 4 people that are next to him, who might need healing because they're engaged in the main team fight, need that healing, he turns to face the one person. And this is a habit that I think needs to get broken a lot. You can turn and face, but don't necessarily engage. Call them to come to you. Do something or have them go out and get a health pack. There's a lot that's going to happen here. So now this battle is in between things. So healer is down. Genjo just went down. But I think overall this fight is a lost fight because if you see I don't think this team is going to hold against this team.
Yeah, unless Reaper has his ult and D.Va is nowhere to be seen. But Reaper is walking back right now, so that's not happening. Right, so now you have to walk all the way back. You want to skip ahead. Second, 3 seconds.
Okay. So we're walking back.
Yeah.
We're here.
Okay, so
miraculously,
you
my
have a
prediction was
second
wrong.
ability called damage boost, right? If everyone's full health, then you're healing or you're doing nothing by healing them, right?
Exactly.
So you do 30% damage boost. This is a good res on Lucio. You do 30% damage boost, and you can change the tide of a fight with damage boosting Reaper or damage boosting Junkrat. I know no one was really there, but it's just something to keep in mind. You don't have to be healing them all the time. You can damage boost them.
Like in this position with that Junkrat ready to... He should be sending out spam right now instead of doing his emote. Yeah. But this is a good place. If you see your Junkrat is doing the emote or something that he shouldn't be doing, maybe put the damage boost on him. It'll give him the signal, oh, I should spam now. And that would be good rather than having the healing.
Junkrat is all spam.
So again, you see that this is going to be another team fight, and you're ahead of where the card needs to be.
Ahead of the tank.
Mechanically, this is where I think that Guardian Angel needs to change on CaptainVidia's keyboard or his settings. So mechanically, I would say if you have it on toggle, take it off of toggle, so that you can manually adjust how long you are going to have that Guardian Angel. So whether you hold it down and get to that person or use it to stop short of where they are but get closer, I find that the more control I have over my movement, the better my positioning is going to be and the better my play will be because I will survive longer. So I advocate for taking it off of toggle because that eliminates that kind of the just click and forget about it. You have to actively engage on what your position is. You just hold it down as opposed to pressing it and then having to press it again at the right time. Sometimes you can't really trust your reaction time to press the button down and then let go. And also, obviously, Mercy maintains her momentum, so that's why you were slung forward in front of the payload, where you pretty much generally shouldn't be in this situation. So you are going behind. Again, you know that Genji had his ult a little while ago. You should be able to keep in your head. Okay, the Genji ult is getting built up soon. And here it takes a long time to pop up. And this is one of the things that I know you wanted to point out in terms of using the ult.
Well, first of all, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how this... I can't remember exactly how this played out. But he used his ult right now. Yeah. And so he's sort of hovering around. It's fine. I mean, you're moving around, but you wanna not be... Where you're I don't really know.
So, mechanically, where you're looking needs...
Yeah,
you
where
hold
you're
the
looking
space bar to go up, and you're looking at the fight. You're not using, you're not manipulating where you are in the air by looking up. It's not a flying mechanic in that way. So
you just have to hold down the space bar and she'll fly up.
Exactly, and then you use the shift to fly around and manage where you are based on that. The other thing is, you need to make sure that at any level, when Valk is going off, you need to be grouped closer together. One of the things that's beautiful about Valk is that it spreads out to nearby allies.
Yeah,
so
to a certain extent.
It is an AoE heal as long as you can kind of like see each other basically.
Right.
In closer range. So that is super critical, and that's why it's a team fight winner.
And that's also why you want to have, instead of looking up, you want to be looking down at where your teammates are, so you can place the healing in an ideal situation and placement. I mean, you're healing the D.Va here, that's great. I'm glad that you didn't go to res this Lucio. But, this Reaper is just sort of standing there, I'm not sure what he's doing. And then healing over there is fine. And then it's really, I mean, part of it is not necessarily your fault. Your team is spread out. But maybe you didn't need to use the Valkyrie here, I guess. I don't know.
I would pop it there, but I would manage a lot more between damage boost and healing, using that damage boost to make sure that the team is when they're up, they're winning that fight. That D.Va and Junkrat, which are currently right behind you, can see they move. So here's the D.Va, she'll come around, and that Junkrat is coming from this side. They're next to the cart. Stay here. Positionally, this is a good place to be. Use that interchangeable healing and damage boost. Look, your D.Va is fully healed. Your Junkrat is almost fully healed. He's okay. Use the damage boost, win this team fight, get some kills. That person over there is a Tracer. Guess what Tracer is really good at doing? Finding her own health packs. What's important here is managing where you are and managing the decision making between healing and damage boost.
Yeah, when you want... sorry.
It was a good Valk to pop. I would have popped it a little sooner, knowing that the Genji is getting into your backlines. He's getting so aggro based on his playstyle because he is close to ult or has ult. So pop it a little before that, knowing that you can kill the Genji there, and then you've got a pick to move forward with.
Yeah, basically when you want to switch to the healing beam is when your teammates are around half health. That's a decent time to start healing them up. And then otherwise you want to keep the damage boost on them. Going in here is very dangerous for you, as your Tracer's going to zip out, and then you're going to be left in there with a damage orb that's eating away at you. You're lucky that you could turn around and fly to the D.Va. Again, as Ivan says, Tracers really should be really good at just finding a health pack. That's her job.
Yeah, and at this point here, again, manage damage boost and healing. Positionally, this is pretty good. You're behind your tank. This is your back line for now. This is, I think, a pretty good position. You're helping to push the payload. You're maintaining everything, but damage boost, damage boost, damage boost.
Forward, we've got a baby D.Va in the back. There, Lucio's trying to flank. I don't know what Reaper's doing. He's trying to follow them, I guess. But you could be, again, you could be damage boosting. I don't know where you're going here. It looks like you were like trying to heal the Lucio, and then so going off to the side here is putting yourself in danger, right? You don't really want to be caught out in the open with Mercy. Mercy is relatively... She's hard to hit, I'll give you that, but only when she's flying. So you don't want to be held out in the open here.
And especially with a character that has so much movement and ability to buff out the damage that's going against him, like Lucio, is not a critical healing target. Again, your critical healing targets here are going to be your D.Va and your Junkrat, and to some extent the Reaper, because the Junkrat and the D.Va are your backline. This is what you're in charge of for the majority of the part. Mm-hmm. Your Lucio is being a little aggro. He's going out with the Reaper and the Tracer. He's almost forming a front line, even though he probably shouldn't be as a healer. But he's got a lot of mobility. He's got a lot of ways to get around, so he can avoid that. And Lucio's can switch between that frontline, backline kind of aggressive style. So I would say this is a good position here.
Yeah.
Get behind this cart. Make sure that you're managing that.
Ooh, that was good. Yeah. Luckily got out of that.
Yeah.
But
So here
there
we
you go.
got
Your
this.
damage boost.
This is the Lucio here. This is where I would be on the other side of the cart, getting this res.
Yeah.
You've got
I mean,
a diva with you. You can get some protection. That res would be critical to having a 6v6 fight, especially here at the end of Blizzard World Point 2, where the defender's spawn point is literally behind that gate.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. It looked like you might. The only possible threat would be getting hooked by that Roadhog, but I think he probably would have missed the hook.
I think that you can also get you were pretty well hidden behind this control point as it pushed forward. So as you see, everyone's over here. You can get behind, use this point,
right,
and use the diva who's literally body blocking on the left side there.
Right. The only possible threat, I think. Yeah.
Well, let's talk to
Right.
Okay, this is a good management of healing those who need to be healed. Maybe going a little too far to the right or left of the cart, but that's minimal.
This is good positioning.
This is great positioning here.
Even though the baby diva can come around, good kill on her because it's the only one left. It's fine to take out your pistol.
Yeah, don't be afraid. You've got the Lucio who came back and he was able to heal on the point. Don't be afraid to whip out that pistol in those one-on-one positions. I just say, when you get a kill with the pistol, don't get happy with the pistol. Make sure that you're using your primary damage support isn't your pistol, it's the damage boost.
So here, we're just moving the payload forward, checking our flanks, which is good.
Damage boost,
Top
damage
right
boost,
up.
damage boost.
Yeah, and then damage boost.
And notice that
Damage
this
boost
is
is Junkrat.
yeah, and there's an angle on the right side that we just saw, where this Junkrat is getting damage in, and this your Mercy is getting hit. So make sure that when you're seeing the sight lines on the map, so you know that's going to be a sight line, get ahead of it or behind it. Get out of the way as much as possible. So here you're okay if you're more towards that little brick wall on the right side.
Right, yeah.
Or you're ahead of it in front, kind of there, or
Yep.
behind the point, depending on where your cart is. I would make sure that you're hidden as much as possible. It's not just being about behind in terms of positioning, it's about being avoiding damage. So this is great positioning over here, I would say. Until a flanker comes in, but you can Guardian Angel out of it. Damage boost, damage boost. There's no need! There's no need! What you should have done maybe, because we've got the Guardian, or the Valkyrie. If you want to win this team fight, Valk.
Yeah. You have your Valkyrie here. You can pop it. It's not so much of, it's sort of evolving now in the meta. It's not, also Reaper, don't go for that Reaper. Reaper should have wraithed out of that and then gotten to you. Don't feel responsible. The res is fine right now because we got a bunch of kills, but don't feel responsible to heal him up. He should have gotten out of there. Popping the Valkyrie would have been great. You'd still be using it. It goes on forever. And it's really more of an offensive ability now. You want to do it preemptively. You don't want to have to do it reactionarily because it ends up becoming very... it doesn't do as much healing immediately as, say, Zenyatta's ult, so you can use Zenyatta's ult reactionary in a reactionary fashion, but you can't really use Mercy's ult reactionarily unless you're taking damage from, say, a flanker, and then you can possibly get out. But even then, the flanker could possibly still kill you, so it's really something you want to pop before a fight starts, and like right before a fight starts, and then go into the fight and just win the fight for your team because you kept them on one.
Yeah, and here, use Mercy's verticality, get right behind this gate.
Yeah,
So
you're
use-
sort of staying level with the payload.
Yeah, so you can see them, they can see you. That's kind of the mantra, right? It's a good Valk in terms of keeping that Junkrat alive and making sure you get to see the full extent of how it's healing allies. But use like this soldier should be able to hit you if he had the ability. Again, it's also hard to hit a Valking Mercy, but use some verticality, some positioning, because when you get into higher SR and you get focused down at half health, this can be an easy target. This is a good mitigation of damage and healing. Again, here it's probably good to do some damage boost. Perfect. CaptainVidia enters into it.
Yep. And right, you're taking so much damage from that orb, so you want to get away from it as fast as possible, even though D.Va probably could have eaten it up, but it's alright.
Yeah. So here, probably, you want to get away from where this Moira and the McCree are.
Finish you, honestly.
You should be able, probably at this point, if you flew even in front to that D.Va, I think if you fly in front of the D.Va, then turn immediately and go to the Junkrat who is behind you.
He's gonna take damage from that death orb.
Yeah, but it's the devil's choice here.
Yeah, no, he has a tough choice there, and
I would try to use mobility as much as possible to jump back and forth and see if that can save me, as opposed to just trying to.
He could have looked, I guess.
There's nobody behind.
There isn't the Junkrat. The
Junkrat was literally like right there.
Oh, okay.
It was a very difficult position
so,
at the
I
end.
mean,
I would have been a more
die
aggressive fly to the D.Va because she's got full health defensive matrix. You might be able to survive a little bit behind her or using that, and then if you need to, fly back to that Junkrat.
Yeah.
Again, it's a difficult choice to be in. You're probably going to die anyway, but my suggestion would be, if you're going to die, you've got two people coming at you. You see that there's a small space where nobody can hit you. I would maximize and try to go for the aggressive play as opposed to trying to retreat where I knew that I was still getting attacked by two characters. But that is the difference. That is the beauty of Overwatch. You have the difference of play, especially being analyzed by two gold players. So go ahead, take our advice. So we've got the payload, which is
the double kill. Game over.
Yeah.
All right, let's skip ahead to the next round, where I believe you guys do a pretty good job. You now have an Orisa as the tank, which is good. Going crazy. Always nice to pop off. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, what about...
The boys are back in town. You know how it is, hanging out on the payload. And now things start getting chaotic because everyone's up here, and because they're Reaper and Junkrat, and good damage boost for a second, and then right back to healing. You're healing someone for no reason, right? Again, you could be damage boosting him. He's just spamming entrances. So be nice. Right there, you gotta heal, right? Getting this res was good. That was good protection. You were behind the column, and McCree was
McCree should have killed you.
Yeah.
McCree should have
stunned you.
Should have stunned you and then canceled out your res. I would say when there's a McCree coming on in a one-on-one situation, you don't have the support of Orisa like right up on you. You don't have a tank with a defensive matrix. That is what I'm saying is a gamble play, because McCree is best in a one-on-one situation. So if he has this flashbang, you're dead or your res is gone there. Either way, it's a bad juju McGumbo. I think that's a bad habit. But the positioning would have been good if it was any other character.
I think he started the res and then McCree came out, so I don't know. Just watching the kill feed for yourself can really help you out, right? Junkrat is
you're gonna type out
alive.
I'm coming to save you.
And he gets the McCree, which is good.
Yeah.
Well, can't save you. I'm out.
So here, that's a good retreat space.
Tracer can get out. Tracer should get out, so just stick with your main tank and Junkrat. And damage boost. Damage boost. Damage boost. There you go. Nope.
Keep the damage boost.
Alright, healing here is fine.
Boost.
And damage boost.
Well, No, I'd get away from that Winston.
Yeah.
Winston can capitalize on a Mercy super easily. At this point, I would call for a group up pushback. Get back, because they're going to flank you with a tank and somebody else.
Healing up the Tracer, that's good. But you should be backing up a little bit.
That was
your beam is very long distance, so... Tracers...
Yeah.
You got a health pack.
This is just a ridiculous amount of play. Here.
Yes.
I'm alive. Thank you,
I
Mercy.
can't believe your teammates ended up holding them off there. I guess they had the high ground as Obi-Wan did against Anakin Skywalker.
Don't push out, don't push out, don't push out.
Yeah, stay
Make
behind
them,
this
force them
shield.
back. That Reaper is getting aggressive because he's gotten a few kills. And that's
And
just
so
not gonna be great.
is Tracer. But yeah, right, so let them come to you so you can react better and you have places to back up to.
Yeah,
but if
the
you're
other
out
thing,
there, you don't.
the other thing that I would say is CaptainVidia is using that column, but as if he was attacking. So this column has, you're moving left and right across this column, but moving in front of it because the Orisa shield is there.
Yeah.
Guess what's more powerful than Orisa shield? A big hunk of stone that Blizzard put in there that can't be destroyed.
Yes.
That is the going behind this column rather than in front of it, knowing that you can go left and right of it, Guardian Angel to whoever you need to, and then you can loop around the Guardian Angel to avoid a flanker. That's more important because right now you're presenting a huge target as you move forward. As you get up and as like people get better aim, that's a character that I'm gonna try and pick. Or use Junkrat's bombs to hit this statue and drop in behind that Orisa shield. So yeah, so now you got positionally, because you were moving in front of the column, you don't see where the attackers are coming from. So you don't see when this Winston is jumping in. You don't see when the McCree is coming around the corner. And this Winston can then choose to focus you with.
Good
Oh, I got jumped.
getting out of there, but
Yeah, that was a good use of Guardian
and
Angel.
also Winston probably just jumped around.
Pops here. That's okay, trying to win
So-
this fight.
Yeah, no, it was good to use it. I think he just got it and then used it, or did he have it for a while?
Did I just jump over
You
there?
jumped back 10 seconds. It's just shift.
I'm trying to jump in.
He's had it. Okay, so he's
He's
had
it for a while.
So
Here
he
is
could
where
have
I
used
would
it
pop
here.
it.
Yeah, he could have used it here to win this fight. I
Or
think
here as a counter to this to the
I
Winston,
got
because you
jumped.
get to move so much faster.
I think it's a good rule of thumb. If you see your team engaging their entire team, or if you can predict it's going to happen, and you've had your ult for a while, just use it because you'll have probably more often than not you will be able to counter push their push. So it would be really good if you just used it earlier. When you saw 3 of their team engaging your Orisa, it would have been really good to have your extra help. And also, you would be in no danger, and your Junkrat would have been healed as well. So, and as you can see, they're both dead.
The other thing is that positionally, this is much better as
Yeah,
an ult
you're in
than
the air.
those offensive ones were. You're in the air, and for the most part, you're facing down where the attackers are coming from. This is really good. This allows you to see and manage. This
Yes,
is
you wanna
beautiful
look at
work,
your team.
actually.
Yeah, but the initial pop of the ult, it looks like you were still having that same problem. You think you need to look up in order to fly up. You just need to hold down space bar again. Remember that. Reaper ends up clearing the point, which is lucky for you, and Tracer clears up on the McCree. So that's good, and you guys reset.
Another thing in terms of movement to the point, so there's going in through this door versus going back here.
Yeah.
Now, if the team is set up to have a fight and the enemy team is trickling in this way, I will sometimes go through this door because it gives you a better shot of getting to the point where they don't expect you to be, than going through the main gate of the Blizzard door.
But if you looked at the the kill feed, they pretty much got a team kill.
Yeah. No, I was not saying
Yeah,
for this
just in
situation
reference,
in particular, but
Yeah.
in general, this is a map that people are still figuring out strats for at various levels, including at the Overwatch League level.
Yeah.
So that's right behind you.
Oh yeah,
Use
that
your
was something that
voice
I
cues.
wanted the audio for. That's actually the only thing I wanted the audio for, right? So if we're recording the audio, you can clearly hear it, and it looks like you're panicking. I don't want to say panicking, but it looks like you're unsure where it is. You could have, if you hear it, just try to fly to one of your teammates. If you don't know where it is exactly, I think you have a better chance of living than just standing still. But you could also, I guess, depending on where it is, you could have flown into it. But I think you could you could audibly hear it, that it was behind you. So
Yeah,
just
it was
get
behind
better
and to the
headphones.
left, so you know that you need to fly forward and get out of line of sight or behind that Orisa shield.
Yeah.
You see this baby diva. It's definitely showing me that there's something wrong with you're a little jumpy with your aiming.
Yeah.
So maybe lower that DPI or sensitivity.
Yeah.
To
Right
make
there,
it a bit smoother.
it looked like you were going into the Winston. I guess it's just a minor thing. Maybe you want to prioritize. You knew where your team was on the point, and it looked like you were going with the Winston here. You could have died here. Luckily, Winston jumped away. But you generally, as Mercy, you don't want to go towards the enemy. You want to be in the back line. So.
Unless you've got Valkyrie popped, and you can
Yeah.
just kill anybody, and they can't hit you, basically.
Just minor optimizations. And really, it's Mercy is more about positioning than a lot of characters. If you have good positioning with Mercy, you can pretty much be safe and help out the team a lot more if you're gonna be the main healer. So optimizing your positioning as Mercy is really key.
I would say there are three things that I
Yeah.
would consider important for Mercy. Positioning, the mechanics of knowing when to switch between damage boost and healing, and game sense and alt use. So those are the three things that we saw need some work. There were some positions like on that defensive point on Blizzard World that was a very good Valk in terms of looking down onto your team, knowing where they were, alternating between healing and damage boost, making sure that you were trying to do some of that to prevent the push from coming in. And mechanically, there are just a few things that need to be adjusted, and I think the Mercy play will get much better than it is now, and it's already got some good legs to start from.
Right. Yeah. And it's good that you're using Mercy on Blizzard World, because if you were to choose Moira or Ana, I think you'd have... Well, Ana might be fine, but I think there's a lot of blockage for her, so in terms of cover, so it would be difficult to heal people. I think Mercy is really important on this level, but for instance, Moira, if your team is going to be as chaotic as your team was, you wouldn't have gotten any heals to your teammates, so it would have been very difficult. So it was good that you chose Mercy. Yeah.
Mercy has high mobility and high verticality, which is, I think, another thing that is important in a level like Blizzard World that has, for the pylon on second point, and the verticality of other parts of the level. I think that Mercy is a pretty good selection and can go along with any of the teams that, especially when they spread out, you can Guardian Angel a little bit between people.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for sending in your video, CaptainVidia. We may have time next week in order to review the next video, which was on Anubis. But of course, if anyone else is watching this and thought maybe these guys know what they're talking about, or maybe you don't, tell us in the comment section below. Tell us in the comment section below what you think CaptainVidia could have done better. And if you want to get your video reviewed by us, just simply send it in to gaminghungover@gmail.com. All of the links and information, things like that, are in the description below. So thanks for coming out, guys. I'm Julian.
I'm Ivan. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.